Though maybe their team was actually solo leveling sponsored. Well, that would change the window now. Okay, let me see. Because I want to change my search history now. So I'm One Piece animators call for entire sound team to be fired over unprofessional work. I think I actually seen it before. Maybe I forgot who it was, but I think that was also a deleted post. A One Piece animator has slammed the series sound design team, labeling them unprofessional and calling for staff members to be fired. One Piece episode. Why is it okay? 1127, Luffy vs. Kizaru, a fierce kaleidoscopic battle, finally saw Luffy square off against one of the main villains of the arc. While the latest installment has been praised for its fantastic fight animation, many fans were disappointed by one aspect of the eagerly anticipated duel, the sound design. That's what I said before too. Like, actually, I sent my video. You'll see it tomorrow. But I'm like, the sound design for One Piece needs upgrades. I'm used to it because I was there when it was very good sound design in terms of the times, the era. But that was in the late 2000s and early 2010s. I feel like they've been needing a sound upgrade for a while now. And that's just not, that hasn't happened. I'm used to it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing. You can be used to a very chaotic household. That doesn't mean that it's a good thing overall. It's not just viewers who are left with bad taste in their mouths. Oh shit, that was Shota Shigetsugu, an animator known for his work with Chainsaw Man and Kajime and One Piece, voiced his anger over Toei Animation sound design team. Oh shit, I'm trying to think of what he's done before for his work, but One Piece animator slammed sound design on April 26. Shigetsugu called out the anime use of outdated sound. Outdated sound effects. I think Toei should fire the One Piece sound team immediately. The animator wrote on X, "It's unprofessional work." While the animator has since deleted his tweet, many One Piece fans have also echoed Shigetsugu's frustration over the anime sound design. I agree. I don't know why Toei is still using data several decade-old sound effects, wrote one commenter on the One Piece Reddit page. It's even worse because a lot of them come from Dragon Ball. Yeah, that is true. Because they're all the same Toei sound team. So there is no thought process of using different sound effects between the two shows. In order to cut costs and cut corners, they use sound effects for both series, Dragon Ball and for One Piece. And it is very annoying. Man, I don't know if there ever be a time where we could get someone to actually, or maybe like our fan project from that sort, but like they actually do go back and they, let's say, change up all the sounds for various different things. But like I would say probably from Whole Cake Island onwards, you want new sound effects. But the main complaint, because actually the thing about it too is that the sound effects that we do get for One Piece, I think they're done by the same guy that's done sound effects for Dragon Ball, and I think also for Dragon Quest. Director Die, but I think they've been there for a very long time. Like Japan has a certain culture. Let me see. Yeah, it's Hone. Yeah. I think Toei should fire up East Sound team immediately. It's Hone. Yeah. Hone has done some pretty damn good work, but hire Bleach. Problem is that, again, it's Toei. Toei is going to, if they can use the same sound effects for Dragon Ball for One Piece, they will, because they're already in place. That team, individuals, that whole infrastructure is already there. And something that's also a bit annoying too is that because, as far as I understand, right, in a lot of the Japanese culture, when you get a certain position, a lot of times there's an assumption that you're going to keep that job for life, damn near. I've seen a few videos and I've seen a few articles on that too, where like, I'm not too sure that's the case or not, but as far as I understand, it's like you got to keep a job that you have if you make your way up into the company for life. And it's like almost like guaranteed. Even if your work kind of falls to subpar standards or below, you'll still keep that job, basically. Whether it's like a cultural thing where folks themselves want to keep that job no matter what, or clothes that have hands, I have hands. Hey, that concept, yeah, it's something that I've heard before. The details of that I'm not too familiar with, but I understand very loosely. But it's probably the reason why, even though you have the sound effects team in Toei that's been established for a very long time, they haven't really made that many adjustments to really improve the sound quality of the series. And I do know that there was a Toei hack or a leak. There was a data breach, I think, in Toei's at Toei. I want to say, I forgot what year it was. And maybe that could have destroyed a lot of the sound effects that they had in store potentially because of that data breach. But that being said, the sound effects are a problem. I think actually I've also pointed this out at times too, where I remember specifically during the Law versus Blackbeard, during the Law and Blackbeard fight, when the mountains are being destroyed, the sound effects are so ridiculous. It sounds like it's chunks of wood being cut or something of that sort. Why is it here? Okay, that's weird. Let me see here. I'm gonna go to Croatia right there. I'm gonna go to King of Lightning sound effects. No. There was word about the updated sound effects earlier on in the year, but that never happened. So yeah, like when Garp is powering up right here, like you can see, like you can just hear, it's the same Dragon Ball Z shit we always hear. Oh my god. Yeah, so Hone said the exact same thing in March of last year. Hone ain't wrong. Right here, so I have it. Hone ain't wrong about One Piece sound design, because in case in point, episode 1093, the sound effects for the mountain several hundred feet tall getting destroyed. So Hone said this last year, March 20. Yeah, so animator Sota Shigetsugu made a post criticizing One Piece sound effect. So he's done the same thing before. Listen to the sound effects, man. These are mountains that are several hundred feet tall getting destroyed. It's like smashing it's like taking a hammer and smashing a cat with the hammer or something like that. It's like there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, man. It's like what the no. So this is actually a new post. So this is April 25th. No, April 28th, 2025. So after what happened with the Kizaru vs. Luffy fight, episode 1128, Horone came out again. And so what he said. Christ. Yeah. I mean, that is something that I think absolutely needs to be upgraded for sure. One Piece can be better for sure, and one of the key ways to be better is sound effects. Sound effects have to be updated for sure, without a doubt. Without a doubt. This creator added particle sound effects to mouse. Okay, let me just see this. Let me see. man is kind of good. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This man is he's locked into a whole new level. This man is he's a beast, man. Woo! This guy is gnarly. Hold on. That's the particle. The creator added practical sound effects with mouse PI for hire, Private Investigator for hire, and it is incredible. What do you think? It is. Okay. No, for sure. This is actually pretty, this is way better than I thought it would be. Either way, this man is he's a master of his craft for sure. But yes, One Piece needs updated sound effects for sure. The main complaint stems from the anime reusing the same effects, which gets worse when they use quick succession. It's particularly apparent in the Zoro versus Lucci fight, where the same sword clash can be heard over and over and over. That is true. That is the same. I won't deny that. Essentially turning the epic fight into a distracting one. A disconnect between the quality level of the animation fights in recent years versus overusing the same two various at best for sounds. Roll another frustrated fan. It honestly creates a worse watching experience. You get a 10 animation and 2 out of 10 sound. Makes it be cheaper. It's not 2 out of 10 sound, but it's definitely not. It's definitely subpar, without a doubt. It's definitely poor. It's not good, but it's not like horrific. Again, this is the sound effects that carried the story for a very long time. But I think that up until I would say past Dressrosa is when you needed new sound effects for various things. But they just have not. They have not been able to update the quality sound effects. It's really, really ridiculous. Oh, man, it sucks. All right, thank you for letting me know. This news is kind of sucks to read, but it's the facts.